They're off. On the extreme outside, there goes Love Triangle charging out for the lead. Now between horses, there goes Nina's Legacy. On the inside of horses, Poco Val. Now they wheel for position. And from the outside with a rush, Love Triangle now explodes and opens up by 3 lengths. Nina's Legacy now charging into second. Poco Val right with the lead is third, a length and a quarter. Luscious Leader. It's another 2 lengths back to Savvy Society, followed now by King Sis. Trailing the field to the opening quarter. That's LG's Filly by that opening quarter. 30 and 3, and up front, Love Triangle leads the way by 2.5 lengths. Poco Val takes up the chase second by 2. Luscious Leader right with the leader's third. First over, Nina's Legacy parked in fourth. On the inside of us is Savvy Society. King Sis driving up on the outside with cover and still trailing the field to the half-mile juncture. LG's Filly now 3 wide. Here comes King Sis up to challenge Love Triangle at the half. 102 flat. They roll into the clubhouse turn. Your leader is Love Triangle, now a length and a quarter as King Sis. Motors up on the outside second. Poco Val right with the leader's third. Nina's Legacy is on the outside following cover. Followed on the inside of horses by King Sis as they race up the backstretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race, and positions are unchanged, and Love Triangle leads the way now on neck. King Sis on the attack second. 132 and 4 for the 3/4. They wheel around the final turn. Love Triangle maintains a lead 3 parts of a length. On the outside, King Sis tries to come on under urging. 3 lengths back. Poco Val and Nina's Legacy. Here they come, and down the stretch they go. Love Triangle is under the whip now, a length and a half, now by 2. King Sis in second. Love Triangle with the lead. Love Triangle at the wire. King Sis and Poco Val. Here they come. They're off and trotting. There goes Marinars out for the lead. Joined on the inside of us. Prairie Land Raiders charging through. Also moving through on the inside of us. Chochi Express as they reel into that first turn. On the inside there goes Poco Hank now, and Poco Hank is on the inside second. Myradar has the lead now by 3. Poco Hank is second by 2.5 lengths. Prairie Land Raider is third by about 3.5 lengths, followed by Chochi Express. 2 lengths back to Vanna Triton, followed now on the inside of us is by Commander Chris, trailing the field as they drive by the quarter. That's Sherwood's Chief, that opening quarter, 29 and 2. And up front, it's Myranar opening up the lead by 3.5 lengths. Poco Hunk is second by 2 lengths, followed by Prairie Land Raider. He has range out of the leaders, third by 2.5 lengths. Chochi Express as they approach the half-mile juncture, and Myranar steps out to lead by 3 lengths. Poco Hank takes up the late chase in second as Prairie Land Raider now is moving first over. Halfway home, a minute and 2. Now they trot into the clubhouse turn. Myron R leads the way by 2.5 lengths, but Prairie Land Raider is on the attack in second. On the inside of horses, Poco Hank now back to third, followed by Chochi Express. Less than a half mile to trot in the race. They curve into the back stretch. Myron R leads the way now by 2. Prairie Land Raider is second by about 3 lengths. Poco Hank in third, a length and a quarter as Poco Hank, that's Chochi Express rather, moves to the outside. Also on the move, that's Vanna Triton. That 3/4 was 131 as they swing around the final turn. Myron R maintains the lead now 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Prairie Land Raider, another move in the second. Here they come. Down the stretch they go, and Myron R opens up under urging by 3 lengths. Prairie Land Raider is trying to come back in second as they hit the wire. It's going to be Myron R at the wire. Here they come. They're off. Between horses, there goes Martha and Morgan going for the lead. On the inside, there goes Kalanigma as they wheel for position. And Kalanigma is on the inside, a short leave. But on the outside, Martha and Morgan is an up and challenging second. Misty Sport right with the leaders in third. It's another 3 lengths back to Love Strain. Followed on the outside, Sulan Snickers is parked as they approach that opening quarter. And your leader up front now is Kalanigma, and Kalanigma shows the way the quarter. 28-4 Kalanigma now on top, a length and a quarter. On the outside, here comes Sulan Snickers. Now third, moving up on the outside, Martha and Morgan back to second. On the outside, Sulan Snickers parked in third. On the outside of horses, here comes Bad Time to Be in Love. Followed on the inside of horses by Misty Sport. Finally, Incredible, ranging up on the outside, followed now by Love Strain, followed by Hasty Lady. Moving by the half, Kalanigma, your pace setter. A minute flat into the clubhouse turn, and Kalanigma maintains the lead, and Kalanigma shows the way as Martha in Morgan, who's right on her heels in second. On the outside of horses, Sulan Snickers, inching it closer third. On the inside, it's Misty Sport. Now looking for racing room, Bad Time to Be in Love. Now moving up 3 wide as off stride goes Misty Sport. Misty Sport is off stride. Less than a half mile to pace in the race. And Kalanigma maintains the lead, a length and a quarter. Martha and Morgan right on her heels in second. On the outside, Bad Time to Be in Love, ready to make her move. On the inside, that's Sulan Snickers. 3/4 on the board, 131-2, but around the final turn as they turn for home. Your leader is Kalanigma. Here they coming down the stretch. Kalanigma is under urging. On the outside, here comes Bad Time to Be in Love. On the inside of us is Martha in Morgan. Kalanigma with the lead, and Kalanigma wins it a length and a quarter. They're off. And there goes 3-Pete charging to the top. Now on the inside of him, there goes Buccario Baby. On the inside, Tambourine Hanover. Into the turn they race. And we have 3 horses now across the track. Tambourine Hanover goes off stride. Off stride is Tambourine Hanover. Now it's a battle for the lead as they curve into the backstretch and drive for that early quarter. 3-Pete from the outside now powers on by. Buccario Baby is second now by 2 lengths. Tammy Q right with the leaders in third now by 2. 2 lengths back to Cam's Easy Girl as they drive by the quarter. 29-4 that opening quarter. Now up front, your leader 3-Pete, and 3-Pete sails along to on top. Buccario Baby second by 2. It's Tammy Q right there in third. First over, here comes Cam's Easy Girl, ranging up on the outside. Here comes Big Red Bunny, now moving up with cover. On the inside of horses, Celestial Jewel is about 3 lengths back as they drive by the half-mile juncture. Your leader is 3-Pete. Halfway home, a minute and 3, and 3-Pete leans into the clubhouse turn, now a length and a quarter. On the outside of horses, now with a rush, now third, now moving second, now with a rush. Here comes Cam's Easy Girl, and Cam's Easy Girl is on the outside now to challenge for the lead and take command as they curve into the backstretch. Cam's Easy Girl is your new leader. On the outside of horses, Celestial Jewel tries to come on in second, make that. Big Red Bunny coming on to be second. On the outside there goes Celestial Jewel. 3/4, 131 around the final turn. On the inside, it's Cam's Easy Girl, your leader, Justin Neck. Big Red Bunny alongside a challenging second, Celestial Jewel. Now moving up 3 wide. On the inside, 3-Pete needs racing room, and down the stretch they come. It's Cam's Easy Girl with the lead, and Cam's Easy Girl opens up the lead now by 2, now by 3, and Cam's Easy Girl pulls away at the wire. Close for second, 3-Pete. Fifth race pacers are in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. Highland King on the outside goes for the lead. On the inside of horses, John Nelson. Go, Brian, go. They wheel for position. Now they race into that first turn. And Go, Brian, go. Has the early foot now by 2 lengths. But here comes Highland King. Now third and moving second. Highland King. Circling up now to challenge. And Highland King up to challenge. Go, Brian, go for the lead. It's another 2 lengths back to John Nelson, followed on the inside of horses by Harmony Oaks Ace. That early quarter, 28 and 4 and up front. A battle for the lead on the outside. Highland King now takes command, and Highland King is your leader, 3 parts of a length. Go, Brian, go is second by 3 lengths. John Nelson in third by 2.5. Harmony Oaks Ace. 2 lengths back now to Cullen 4T. St. Peter Days as they race now for the half, and from the outside, Highland King is a nose in front. Go, Brian, go holds tough in second. 58 seconds flat. Positions up front are unchanged. Go, Brian, go on the inside. Highland King is on the outside of challenging second. John Nelson right with the leaders in third as Cullen 4T ranges up on the outside. He's set to go 3 wide. On the outside now moving up 3 wide. That's St. Peter Days, followed now by Harmony Oaks Ace, who's looking for racing room. And then it's a gap to Chicago Cub Fan and Dews Lightning, driving by the 3/4 mile juncture, 3/4, 129 and 2. They wheel into the far turn. Cullen 4T is your leader now a length. But here comes St. Peter Days, now third. He's moving up 3 wide. Here comes St. Peter Days, up to challenge for the lead. Here they come, turning 4 home. Cullen 4T is under urging. Here comes St. Peter Days in the center of the track. On the inside, Cullen 4T won't give it up. Cullen 4T is coming back to regain command. Cullen 4T at the wire. St. Peter Days close for third. Go, Brian, go. Racers in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. Chevy, let's go. Powers out for the lead on the inside. There goes Holly's Sweetheart. Here comes Broadway Dawn. Range it up on the far outside. Now they wheel for position. And your early leader, Chevy, let's go. And Chevy, let's go. Now a length on top. Broadway Dawn running his heels in second. Holly's Sweetheart has range on the leaders. He's right there in third. Now he's driving out of third. Followed on the inside of us is Cam Storm. 2 lengths back to Lady Arlene. Now they move by that opening quarter. 28 and 4. Now it's a battle for the lead on the inside of horses. That's Chevy, let's go. But Holly's Sweetheart is alongside a challenging second. Broadway Dawn saving ground with the leader's third. Cam Storm is parked on the outside following cover. 2 lengths back to Lady Arlene. Another 2 lengths back. Missy Jules, followed now by Go Flicker as they drive by the half-mile juncture. Your leader is Chevy, let's go. Halfway home, 59 and 3. Chevy, let's go. Leans into the clubhouse turn, 3 parts of a length. On the outside, it's Holly's Sweetheart. And up and challenging second, Broadway Dawn has range on the leader's third and saving ground on the outside of horses. Now on the move, here comes Cam Storm. Also on the move on the outside of horses. That's Any Dream Will Do. Now they move up the back stretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race. And your leader is Chevy, let's go. Drawing clear again on the inside. Broadway Dawn second. Cam Storm 3/4, 131 flat. Into the far turn they race. Chevy, let's go. Leads the way 3 parts of a length. Now a neck. Cam Storm is alongside second. On the inside, Broadway Dawn looking for racing room, and down the stretch they come. Here comes Chevy, let's go, coming back. Chevy, let's go is on the inside. On the outside of horses, that's Cam Storm as they come to the wire. It's Chevy, let's go with the lead, and Chevy, let's go wins it by 2.5 at the wire. Here they come. They're off. Between horses, Quaker Shaker rolls out for the lead. On the far outside, here comes Ms. Julie B. Crazy Reaction is there. Now they dive into that first turn, and Crazy Reaction has the early foot, but Quaker Shaker moves up on the outside, a challenging second. Ms. Julie B. now drops in third, a length and a quarter. Pacer is in fourth now by 2 lengths, followed by Mega Carey, another 2 lengths back to Pedal Stone Jewel, followed by Lake Hills Rosemary Navarre. Trails the field, 27 and 4. Now that opening quarter, and up front, your leader Quaker Shaker. Quaker Shaker 2 on top. Crazy Reaction right there in second. Here comes Ms. Julie B. First over into third. Pacer now following, covered to the outside. 2 lengths back to Pedal Stone Jewel. On the inside, it's Mega Carey driving by the half-mile juncture. Quaker Shaker, Ms. Julie B. halfway home, 57 and 4 into the clubhouse turn, and Quaker Shaker maintains the lead. Ms. Julie B. is on the outside, trying to come on into second. On the inside of horses, Crazy Reaction in third. There goes Pacer, charging on the outside. Also on the move on the outside of horses, that's Pedal Stone Jewel. They curve into the back stretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race. Our leader is Quaker Shaker, Ms. Julie B. Between horses second, here comes Pedal Stone Jewel. 3 wide on the far outside. 3/4, 128 down 1. They swing around the final turn, and Pedal Stone Jewel now has the lead. But here comes Lake Hills Rosemary, charging up on the outside. Here they come, turning for home. Your leader is Pedal Stone Jewel. Lake Hills Rosemary on the far outside. These two now to mid-stretch. Tony Morgan going to the whip. Here comes Lake Hills Rosemary, a final move. Lake Hills Rosemary, Pedal Stone Jewel, those two at the wire. Number 5, Chafia, scratched, injured in race number 8. The 8th race, the start of the late daily double. And they're off. Broadway Baby hustles out for the lead on the inside. There goes Harmony Oakswell. Those two as they race for position. Now from the outside, Broadway Baby circles up. And Broadway Baby now takes command and opens up by 2. Harmony Oakswell is second by 2.5 lengths. Lake Hills Merrilow, third by 2.5 lengths. Fox Valley Hooker. And trailing the field, that's Emma T. Hart, as they straighten away up the back stretch and drive by that opening quarter. And that first quarter, 29 seconds flat. And up front, Birthday Baby leads the way now by 2.5 lengths. That's Harmony Oakswell right there in second by 2.5 lengths. Fox Valley Hooker entering the stretch now for the first time. Approaching the half-mile marker, Broadway Baby maintains the lead by 2. Harmony Oakswell getting that good trip in second by 2.5 lengths. Followed by Lake Hills Rosemary in third by 3 lengths. Fox Valley Hooker on the outside. Emma T. Hart is on the move. 59 and 3. Now the race is half over. Now they wheel into the clubhouse turn. And up front, positions are on change with Broadway Baby maintaining the lead now by 2. Harmony Oakswell getting that good trip in second. On the outside of horses, here comes Lake Hills Merrilow ranging up and on the outside. Here comes Emma T. Hart driving from last. Less than a half mile to pace in the race as they drive at the 3/4 mile juncture. 3/4, 129 and 2. Broadway Baby leads the way a length and 3/4. Harmony Oakswell running her heels in second. On the outside, Lake Hills Merrilow. Here they come, turning for home, and Broadway Baby cuts the corner now by 2. Harmony Oakswell is ready to come out second as they come to mid-stretch. Broadway Baby with the lead, and Broadway Baby showing the way at the wire. Here they come. Buggin House is off stride. They're off and pacing. There goes Lafayette Jones for the lead. Anticipating is on the extreme outside. Now they wheel for position. Now with a rush on the far outside. Here comes Anticipating. Anticipating up now to challenge for the early lead. Lafayette Jones holds on the inside. Now back to second. Be Reasonable in third. Now a length and a quarter back to Grand Velocity. Another 2 lengths back to Mossy Creek. Shy Shark followed now by Baby Doctor as they move by that opening quarter, and that quarter was 30-3. Now up front from the outside with a rush, we have a new leader, Lafayette Jones, but on the outside, Grand Velocity charging up into second now to challenge. Grand Velocity with a rush now takes command. Lafayette Jones now back to second on the outside of horses with a rush. Here comes Mossy Creek into third, Anticipating back to fourth. And to the outside, Shy Shark is on the move, followed by Be Reasonable. A minute and 1. Now they move into the clubhouse turn with Grand Velocity. Your leader, number length and a quarter. And the outside of horses, Mossy Creek thunders up into second. On the inside of horses, that's still Lafayette Jones right with the leaders. On the outside, Shy Shark out with cover as they race up the backstretch. Now less than a half mile to pace in the race with Grand Velocity maintaining the lead a length and a quarter. Mossy Creek is on the outside trying to come on in second. Shy Shark underway on the outside, followed on the inside of horses. Lafayette Jones nowhere to go. Baby Doctor shooting up 3 wide around the final turn. It's Grand Velocity with the lead. Here they come turning for home. Grand Velocity is under urging on the inside. Mossy Creek ducks to the inside as they come to the wire. It's Grand Velocity with the lead. Grand Velocity at the wire. Tenth race pacers and behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. David the Dude on the outside out for the lead. There goes Jiminy Nuket moving through on the inside, followed now between horses by Fenway. Now they roll into that first turn. Jiminy Nuket has the early foot. Fenway moves up on the outside of challenging second. On the inside of horses, Hitter Mather slips into third, followed by David the Dude. He looks to drop in fourth and does drop in fourth. It's Propensity, another 2 lengths back to Beloit Cowboy. Freedom Big Boy trailing the field. Holly Hill Fiesta 28-3 the early quarter, and up front Fenway is your pace setter, number length and a quarter. Jiminy Nuket is second by 2. Heater Mother has range on the leader's third, a length and a quarter. David the Dude on the outside. Propensity out looking for cover. Also on the move on the outside now is Freedom Big Boy as they drive by the half. But at the half, it's Fenway in command. 59 seconds flat into the clubhouse turn, and Fenway maintains the lead. Jiminy Nuket is running his heels in second. Propensity inching third, now moving second on the outside. Jiminy Nuket now back to third. On the outside of horses, Freedom Big Boy now following cover. On the inside of horses, Heater Mother now looking for racing room. On the outside, Freedom Big Boy is on the move as they drive by the 3/4 mile juncture, and your leader is still Fenway. 3/4 on the board, 130 flat into the far turn. Now Fenway extends his lead, now a length and a half, now by 2. On the inside, Jiminy Nuket tries to come through. Rough gated on the outside of horses. Freedom Big Boy goes off stride. There is a Horse down in that there is a spill. Ambulance now to the top of the stretch. Ambulance to the top of the stretch. It is Fenway with the lead, and Fenway shows the way. Jiminy Nuke at second, Fenway at the wire.